V6 for the EV, ride around my city. You should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me, sip water like a fish, sip box water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover. Do it for the future, time to get a world a makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been, could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate, we need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it changes cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. New car goes zoom, but it's quiet. You can hear me come and think I'm lying. If I said I'm perfect, I'd be lying. I can say I'm perfect, but I'm trying. I'ma give my all till I'm dying. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying Carhartt, car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you.
All right. right, guys, what's going on? Welcome. We are live. It is Sunday. Taking a little easy day, trying to answer some of your guys' questions. I was up most of the night, off and on. The little one is not feeling too good, so it's a little bit of a slow, tired day. But that's okay. We'll try to hammer through some things. But let's see who is all right off the get-go. We got Budweiser. Fully Electric, The Travelers Travels, My Best Friends, The Pirate, what's going on? Squirrel Master, Red Putts. Scrolling through, what do we got? We got a lot of talking back and forth. You guys are active early on, it looks like. 4J, what's happening? Dennis Makovich, what's happening? Welcome. Wait, I saw some. Got your first solo block today, spec mining. Nice. What were you spec mining, Dennis? What'd you hit? Awesome. Nice to hear. Scrolling through. Techman, what's happening? Still recovering. When's outro video? I don't know. I'll think of something. I got like a little still for an outro, but I don't know. Maybe I could use it for now if I remember. I don't have it set on my button, so I'll probably totally forget about it. We'll see what happens. Scrolling through. What's going on here? Oh, we got Kia Enigma Adventures. What's happening? Dennis Matovich. I think I said that. Not sure. Magic Lucky. What's going on? John Doros, Nervous Ogre, MGTOW. Scrolling. Tenacious D, welcome. What's going on? I always mess this up. Why do I do that? Trying to mine. What's going on? Trying to mine. Welcome again. One day I'll get this correct. Crypto Craig, Sling Buzz, Little Time Mining. Scrolling. Are we caught up? I don't know. We got Ninja Kid. Welcome. What's going on here? Sling. Oh, it just jumped on me. We got JKK Ribeiro, Drum Hop. And what is that? Lucas Zazak. Okay. Hopefully, so I'm a little late getting everything started. I kind of wanted to have maybe like Max Voltage as well as Hawk on. And I was going to name the show something like Let's Talk with the Hawk. Because I was like, it has a nice kick to it, huh? That'd be a good one. He has the energy, he fires out. Would have been some good times. But yeah, I was getting too late. And I'm not set up for, streaming with people ever. So I'd have to like revamp everything I do. And it's kind of a pain to do that. So one day, someday I'll have some guests and stuff on here. We'll see what happens. I know Hawk is kind of trying to look into more of a CPU mining aspect of things, which is kind of cool. Some things I do want to look at as we get into questions here. Bless you. What do we got here? I heard that FUD. What are we talking about? Hawk is too emotional. 6 blocks left on Ergo. Oh yeah, that's right. The difficulty is supposed to adjust today. Let's keep an eye on that because hopefully it'll happen, well, I guess depending on the difficulty, 6 blocks might take 3 more days, but we'll see what happens. That was a joke, guys. That was a joke. But let's just take a look at Ergo difficulty. Now, it's supposed to adjust. I don't know what it's actually going to adjust down to, but there are some predictions. It's going to hit like the 16p mark or something. So we'll just have to wait and see exactly what happens here. So let's go to the week here. We'll leave it on that and see what happens. But little bit of news here. So the new AMD Ryzen CPUs are coming out in 2 days. I think it's on Tuesday, the 27th. I could be wrong on this. It was supposed to be the 28th or 29th, but it's kind of hilarious. So a little background, funny story here. Last year, AMD released, they had a set date, and then Intel about 2 days prior, did their whole thing on what they're going to release. So AMD is kind of they pushed their release date 2 days early this time, because they wanted to drop their CPUs right when Intel releases their stuff, which is, kind of smart. Buy out our CPUs. Now you don't have money left to buy Intel type of thing. It doesn't matter. As CPU miners in general, when it does come to mining crypto, Intel's next gen is garbage. I'm already telling you that's garbage. It doesn't have the L3 catch, no point. Now, Intel's will still do okay. Looks like they are, trying to do what Ryzen is doing by putting out like 12 and 16 core CPUs, which is awesome, but it still lacks that L3 cache. It doesn't have as many threads to double it like the Ryzen CPUs do. And, overall, it's not that great. They may still do decent on something like Duro, XMR, stuff that's not L3 dependent. But most of the coins that are profitable when it comes to CPU miners, and all the ones that are getting forked lately, is usually within Ghost Rider. And you do need that L3 cache. So Intel's already not even on my radar in terms of mining. So they can kick them right out. I've seen the specs on their CPUs. They're going to be garbage, just telling you guys right now. But MSI did release some info on their X670 motherboards. And oh my gosh, it's not looking good. Well, price-wise. Look at this. They'll cost anywhere from, what is this, $479.99 upwards to $1,300 USD for a motherboard. Like, we're talking, this is like Threadripper motherboard and Epic motherboard prices here. This is definitely, for the high-end stuff like the X670E Godlikes, which are massively way up there. But it's insane thinking about a price range in that. The price to performance on that thing, obviously, for a miner, you don't need this motherboard. You'd want the bottom tier, lowest one you can get. Now, the only really differences here is, I guess it sounds like the PCI Express lanes, like the whole next gen, everything is PCI 5. Now, in theory, we're not even utilizing all of Gen 4, let alone needing a Gen 5 right now in terms of speed and bandwidth that's going through these. But regardless, it sounds like the new ones here is like a double the price just to get that M2 slot at PCI Express 5 type of thing. So yeah, I don't know. Some people are going to buy them though, because they always need the best thing, but the price ranges, and I've been following ASUS, the Rogue Strix versions, they're all around the same type of price range. Oh, we see there's a low version here at $289. So, that's not bad, but still $290 for Canadians. Like, let's see here, $290 USD to Canadians for the cheapest model. That's almost $400 just for the freaking motherboard. That's insane. And we looked the other day for some 10 nanosecond, actually it was 9 point something nanosecond RAM. It was like $460 or $80. So we're almost at $1,000. We don't even have a CPU yet. This is insane. Just think about the prices here. It's going to be crazy. And the performance gain, I don't know how good it's actually going to be. Now, remember, all their percentages and all their numbers, 30%, 40%, 25%, whatever it is, this is single thread, boost performances for gamers. As miners, we don't care about any of those numbers. But the one thing that I find very interesting is this right here. That one. That one is kind of a crazy number in my mind. The base clock is 4.5. 4.5 of a base clock. A 3900X, I believe now when I talk about usually when I talk about CPUs, I don't talk about 3700Xs, 36s and stuff like that. It's always 3900 or 3950X. When I say 3000 series, I mean the 12 cores and the 16 cores. Those are the ones I go to when it comes to mining. It's not the cheaper 3700s and 5700s. They're still good. Don't get me wrong there. But just for performance and everything, I do believe you get the most out of like the higher end here for mining. But so going back to like the 3 and 5000 series, the 3900X, the 3950X, their base clock is 3.7, I believe. It's either 3.7 or 3.8. I think it's 3.7, and the 5000 series is 3.6. So the 3000 series has a 100 megahertz increase over the 5000 in terms of base clock. So, and what makes me wonder here is, I always say, as a CPU miner, Fudweiser, just thank you very much for being a member for 13 months. Much appreciated, 100%. To the Alpha Pack. Awesome. Oh, for you guys who are members, though, be sure to join the Discord. Link is in the description. If you can't get through the CAPTCHA, send me a DM. We'll talk. I'll make sure you're real. And then link your YouTube account to your Discord account through the settings options with your little icon, and you will have access to the members only Discord chat in there. So if you're not on Discord, be sure to join up. And if you're a member, be sure to link up in there. And I, all the coins I spec mine, everything I'm doing, members, I kind of, do a once or twice weekly update on, this is the coin I'm looking at. This is what I may mine. This is what I might be doing. The next update should be coming tomorrow on Monday for you guys out there, and other things like that. But anyway, back to this base clock. I am curious, what kind of voltages are we going to be able to utilize at this base clock? It'd be pretty massive if we could run this base clock at, the 4.5, even 4.2 or something at 1 volt or less. That would be pretty insane in terms of efficiencies to be able to do that. So I'm very excited for this, but I really don't think I'm gonna be getting one just because the price is so high. I probably an extra 500-600 bucks. I could probably buy an Epic for the same price of this complete system on like eBay or something. So, price to performance is very, very high here because these things are going to be very expensive to pick up. But we'll look back at this again in a little bit here. And, do you guys have questions? Let's kind of talk what's going on here. The 7900X has a base clock of 4.7. I believe I have that up here. Let's have a look. 4.7. Okay, and this is 4.5. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it has a little higher base clock. So that's cool. I didn't catch that one. So sweet. I thought they were both the same. Good for pointing that out. So yeah, the 7900X can go an extra 100. So in theory, it comes down. If we could run, 4.7 at 1 volt versus 4.5 at 1 volt. But then again, you still have more cores and more threads to deal with this. And it's the same thing with the Epics, like the 7742, I believe, is kind of the one I'm eyeballing. It's a 64 core, 128 megabytes, but its clock is only like 2.3 or something. So like I said, we're going from 3.6, 3.7 or something with the 3 and 5000 series down to 2.4. But because there's so many more cores and they run each core and thread more efficiently because they're all on the single die. So an Epic does use less power per thread type of same for efficiency there. But, it hashes better even at the lower clocks due to how many cores and threads that it has. So it's going to be interesting, but yeah, I didn't catch that. So that's actually cool. That 7900X is definitely going to be a nice, what's the boost? Is the boost higher too? Or is it the same? What we got here? Where's the boost? Boost up to 5.6. 5. That's interesting. Now remember, we don't care about boosting, but this is interesting. Look at this. Like when it comes to gaming performances and rendering and stuff like that, the 7900X is 4.7, but boosts to 5.6. Now the 7950X gets that extra 100 back in the boost clock. So it's actually boosting to 5.7, where the 79 was boosting to 5.6 from a base clock of 4.5, which is lower than the 79. This is weird. It's kind of weird how that's working. And if you guys saw any of the recent like tech power-ups and video cards and stuff, they said they had some people boost this thing up to like 7.8 or 8.2 or something crazy. It broke the world record of overclocking in CPUs on the, it was the 7950X. It just, blew everything out of the water. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting moving forward across all this. But again, as miners, we don't care about the boost clocks unless you have free power because, it wastes so much more power. It uses so much more. It's crazy. New England Crypto, thank you very much for the US $5. Happy birthday at Red Putz and hello Red Bat. What? Red, it's your birthday? It's Red Putz's birthday, everybody. Everybody sing him happy birthday or something. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Red Putz. I didn't realize that. Thank you for the $5, New England Crypto. Much appreciated, 100%. You killed RXD. Hey, it's still profitable. People requested for the video, so I did it. I didn't kill it. If it's a project that's going to explode and do well in the future, I'm pretty sure it'll overcome a little bit of extra hash rate here. Everyone's doing what they can for profits. Little word on this as well. It does sound like some of the pools have been undergoing a DDoS attack. I'm not 100% sure which one or which ones, but there's some issues been going on with the network. But currently it's sitting at 63.97 terahash. So let's just redo an update here and see what things are looking like. So what do I got? I got 63 terahash here. Price is 0.0018, which is, oh, it went up a little bit, 00194. So let's adjust that, 00194, 194. And it's still $6.98. And like I said, I use 4. I'm still about almost $2 after power here. So, and if profitability in green means dead, then I guess there's no hope for any coin out there at this point in time because we're still profitable while mining this coin, according to these charts and stuff. So awesome. Anyway, if you have, okay, wait, question. If you have data for network hash difficulty and daily block rewards to miners, how do you calculate your daily profit? What is the formula? Okay, well, let's kind of run through this here. Where is my sheet? Let's run through the formula and I'll kind of break it down. So it takes, every time you look into a new coin, you got to figure out what's going on. For the CPU, the GPU coins is usually straightforward when it comes down to it. CPUs can get more tricky because especially if it's a CPU ghostwriter fork, and that means the block reward is higher. Like example, the Neta, Baba coin, stuff like that. It's sitting around a 4750 block reward to the miners at that point in time because the nodes haven't activated yet. Once nodes go active, then it drops to 3750 because then 1000 of each block goes to the nodes as well. So these are things you got to keep in mind. You got to research the coin, realize how the blockchain's working. You need the block times, like you said, the block rewards to the miners at that point. And then from there, you got to calculate hash rate and everything. So this is how it works out in a nutshell. We'll kind of run through this. I'll kind of look. So right here is pretty much your coins that are distributed. So this is how many coins is getting per 24 hours. And then here is your price. So right here, you get this here. So this is your coins multiplied by your price gives you the daily coins right here that you're getting per day. So right now, Radiant is paying out about $62,856 per day to its miners. Now we got to figure out, here is the hash rate on the coin. And this we gotta, what do we got here? So we're dividing this number by this number to configure out how much we're getting per hash. Now this is per hash depending on what your rig is mining on. So this is coins you're getting per mega hash, souls, hash, depending whatever. So when I do look at a coin and I use my hash power calculator for an example here, let's just do Radiant right quick. I'm gonna bring up my calculator converter. Where is it? Hash power calculator. We're going to bring this in. We're going to come back into here. So now we have this hash rate here. Where are we? So we're at 63.97 terahash here. So 63.97 terahash. Now these GPUs, they're hashing in mega hash. Now actually the entire rig's in the giga hash is quite a bit, but when you look at it, you're doing your mega hash on here. So we need our mega hash number to configure how much the GPU is hashing per mega hash in this case. Now, if you're hashing, like you're doing Ghostwriter, for example, you measure it in hashes. So you're going through 3,400 hashes or 3,469 is what an average 3,900X does. So just an example. So this is our mega hash here. We're going to bring that into our calculator and we're going to change this value into our mega hash that comes from this value here. Now this is my hash rate in mega hash. This number is coins per day coming in from the coins that you make per mega hash times your hash rate into your coins per day. And now your coins per day, you get your price of profitability by utilizing your coins per day, timesing it by your hash rate, if that kind of, or by the price, I mean. So this is actually multiplying coins per day by the price right here. So every time I adjust this number, it's a times in it by here, which gives you your thing here. And then if you want to get even more into it, like I do with my CPUs, I actually come in and we can see here, I know how much power my CPUs are using. So after power, I can see I do the subtraction of the profitability from the power I'm using at my power price to how much I will be in profit after power. So this is kind of how these sheets work out. Now, I probably didn't explain that too well, but it's just a quick standby through it. So you got to know coins being distributed. You got to know the price, how much that coin is paying out to its miners per 24-hour period, the hash rate on that, figure out your hash rate per GPU, per mega hash in this case, of how much you're getting out of that chunk. And then you times that by the price and it pretty much works out to be your profitability in that case. If that kind of makes sense to you. Now, I was going to do a video on how I actually go through the whole thing kind of like that, but that was just a quick, fast explanation on how the whole operation works there. And you can actually automatically pull daily prices every time you hit refresh if certain websites do allow for it. So I think there's one called CC something, which you can pull where is it? It doesn't have all the coins, especially all the new coins popping up, but it has most of these like Raven coin, like you can see right here. You get cryptocurrencies.cc. So this coin or this website actually pulls, you import data from cryptoprices.cc and then example Raven, and it will pull daily prices. So every time you hit refresh, it'll adjust to the latest prices on certain coins. But again, like you have to do all the manual calculations when you do it yourself, especially for all these new coins. What do we got? Habit has one on his website. Is there a C? Yeah, I have one of my website here where here you can just right click, open it up, and here is like a CPU mine. Wait, that's the wrong one. Cancel that. CPU mining calculator. Open a new tab. There we go. So here's a CPU mining calculator. You can see. Let's just do Ghost Rider for a quick example. 3469 is about a 3900X. We'll just hit the calculate button. And we can see like Dragon Coin is currently hanging out about 65 cents now before power. Bitorium's at 57. We got Raptorium at 40 cents. Urbis, this is a miscalculation that needs more data to update. I believe the block time is incorrect right now, so we have to fix this. I believe Urbis is probably slightly under JGC right now. It's around the same right now, so it's actually way up here. And then we got Pulsar, which is, you know, destroyed by GPUs. It's not doing anything on a CPU at this point in time. Yeah, I failed to navigate. I don't know. What did I do there? What did I click on there? Oh, Crypto White Heart. Yeah, I failed to navigate my own website. I suck. You don't need to adjust for difficulty in your calculator. What do you mean? In the sheet I just showed you? Yeah, that's what I just showed you, how we updated the difficulty. So this is the difficulty here. Let's go back into this because it seems like you weren't sure what's going on. So this is the network hash rate. We're adjusting the network hash rate. You're getting your portion of the coins based on network hash rate. So this number here would in theory be your network difficulty because it's always paying out. The difficult, unless you're in Ergo's case, because Ergo is broken, and I still think it's going to be broken after they fix it because they're trying to be like Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is not like GPUs where it's up and down all the time, or it's constant all the time like an ASIC. You have an ASIC, you buy that, most likely you're mining Bitcoin. GPUs, we can turn off and on fast. So Ergo is extremely broken in this case. You will have to utilize difficulty for that coin. But for this, most difficulties on proof of work coins for GPUs and CPUs adjust fairly fast. So you need your hash rate here and how much of your chunk you're getting based on this number from this number right here. This is the total coins that it is that coin is paying out. Now, based on the hash rate, your chunk is this number right here. This is how much you're getting per mega hash in this case. And you just multiply that by your hash rate. So I'm doing 7,000 mega hash at 0.5 mega hash. You're getting 0.5 coins per mega hash, 7,000 mega hash, which is 7 gigahash. This is your total amount of coins here. Times that by the price equals your $6.87 per day. And then subtract your power here if you want to even go into more depth. I believe I'm around $1.50, $2 after electricity costs at this point, at least on Radiant. Now, there's other coins here. I have not updated these ones yet today, so we can have a look at them. I believe FW is doing pretty good lately. Like the other day with the ASICs, it was saying that was about $16, and it's continuing to pump, which is crazy. ASICs are still very profitable after Ethereum on these other coins. FA. There's an FA now? No, I did not look at FA. What the heck is FA? What? Is that a thing? FA. I don't see FA. I don't see an FA here. FA. I see ETF, FW, ETC. I do not see an FA. Is that a real thing? Chart shows a nice drop on Ergo. Where? Did it just drop? Hash power. Where's Ergo? Did we just have a difficult? Nope. No adjustment on the difficulty yet on Ergo. It's still skyrocketed straight up. Yeah, I don't see anything. I don't see an FA, but I do see ETF here. Maybe that's what you're referring to. ETF went up? What the heck is ETF going up for? All right, let's check this out. I'm curious. So 9.91 terahash. Let's work this out here. 9.91 terahash is currently on here. So we're going to come into our hash power calculator. 9.91. So we need our mega hash number. So this is our network hash rate right now on ETF. So we're coming in ETF network hash rate right here. Bam. Oh, it shot up quite a bit. And now this is my Jazz Miners, Ipollos and stuff operation 2620. Now what is the price of it? Is currently hanging out at $2.47, which is actually a big jump. $2.47. $8. So these Jazz Miners, Ipollos will currently be making about $8.77 before power. I'm gonna go into check out FW right quick. FW, proof of work, 60.34 terahash, so 60.34. We need our mega hash number here for the hash rate on the network. FW right here. Refresh that and the current price because it has been pumping. Where you at? Where you at, FW? Right here. $12.07. Wow. Actually, that's not up from when I checked it the other day. $12 and what did I say? 37 or just 7? 7. Just 7. $7. So it looks like the hash rate picked up a bit. And we're sitting at $7. ETF is more profitable right now on the ASICs than FW is. So that's interesting. Yesterday it was super high, but yes, we did gain a bunch of hash rate because of it. And we can see the difficulty coming up. So yes, the hash rate just spiked ever since that. So yeah, there we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. But again, GPUs aren't going to be able. Let's just see. What would a GPU actually be making? Right now, a GPU on this. So ETF. Let's do 61 mega hash. That's 3060 Ti and stuff. 20 cents. 20 cents. A GPU on ETF would be making about 20 cents. Let's see what a GPU would be making on FW right now. 3060 Ti, 3070, 16 cents. So we're still kind of here, but it's not looking too hot. But 20 cents on a 3060 Ti or a 3070 is currently what you'd be making before power on ETF right now. Ergo difficulty in Epoch monitor shows difficulty dropping on Ergo. Yeah. Well, we'll just have to wait. 2 miners, might have to be a little bit slow here. We can also see if Ergo mining pool stats is doing anything for Ergo. Difficulty still has not adjusted here yet, so we'll see what happens. How about that Meow Coin? You want to check out Meow Coin? Let's check out Meow Coin. See how it's doing lately. That's a good call because like I said, I was late night. I'm tired. Usually in the mornings, I go through, I update all my coin sheets and everything. So we're at 250.03 gigahash, 250 gigahash on Meow Coin. So we need the gigahash here, 250 gigahash. And again, we hash in mega hash. So we need our how much we make per mega hash here. Meow Coin. See what you're at. What are you running here? Bam. Now, how much are you worth? 000563. 000563. 000. Price went down. 563. Meow Coin is currently making on 3060 36 cents. So it's still green, 10 cents, guys. Meow Coin is still making 10 cents after power. That's at 14-cent power. 14-cent power, RTX 3060, 22.22 megahash at 120 watts. At 14-cent power, you'll be paying 26 cents to your power. That is 36 cents. So yeah, you're green 10 cents on Meow Coin currently today. What is member section Discord? That is member section is you see people with the green here, Hugo Down and a few people in the live chat. They're a member of the YouTube channel. So when you link it, there's a member section in Discord where we can just talk directly with all the members, and then also in community posts where only members can see it in the YouTube feed. That I also go through coins I'm looking at and what I may be mining. I'm gonna start mining, stuff like that. Just a little bonus for all the channel members out there that do support the channel. I want a member, but I don't have money. Hey, I don't blame you. I want a Ryzen 7950X, but I don't have money either. Same question. I joined, did CAPTCHA, and don't know what more. You joined? Oh, well, you should be in then. You should be in the Discord then if you got to the CAPTCHA and everything, but you have to be a member of the actual YouTube channel, which is those little join function down below, and then you link your YouTube in the Discord, like what Robert Brooks just did. He became a member of the channel, and now if he went into Discord, linked his YouTube account with Discord, he would have automatic access to the members section. You got banned in Roblox Bitcoin miner. What? Pro? How? What happened? How did that happen? What did you do? I didn't even know they could. I didn't even know they did stuff like that in Roblox. Well, I guess they do, but crazy. Anyway, we didn't even answer any questions yet. So, do you guys have questions? What's going on? What are you guys doing? We have 160 viewers, only 67 likes, guys. You hate this? Everyone just thumbs it down. That sucks. At least, come on, hit that like button. Hit it. Thumbs it up. I have know how to get approved to post in Discord. You know how to get approved to post in Discord. You're not making it through the capture. It's not popping up. If you can't get, if the capture is not popping up or anything for you, make sure your DMs are on. You probably got to do it through a computer. But if that don't work, you know, send me a DM in Discord, and you know I can bypass you. But first, I have to make sure you're not a bot. Threadripper fund. I think we got to swap it to the Ryzen 7000 series fund for a little while. But yeah, thank you very much, TechPad. You know, yeah, you can gamble on the channel now because you can't make it to the casino because you're recovering. So much appreciated. Oh man. How long for at least 20 cents profit? 20-cent profit on a single GPU? I don't know. You know what? Let's actually look at what is Radiant on a single GPU right now. On a single GPU, I believe a 3060 Ti is around 740 mega hash right now. So that's 72 cents. Okay. You might be over 20 cents per GPU on Radiant right now, because that's 72 cents before power. So yeah, I think you might be over, yeah, 72 cents here before power on Radiant. As that network hash rate grows and stuff, though, things change. Keep that in mind. Matt Midvala, love your content. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. 100%. You are one of the smarter YouTubers. I try. I do a lot of research. It doesn't mean I'm smart. I do a lot of research all the time. Like I probably spend, I don't even want to say how much time I spend researching stuff all the time, but I spend a good part of each day looking up stuff, trying to figure out what's going on. Going through, like I showed you, like going through all these sheets here, looking for new coins, doing other coins, joining coins Discord so I can get the information needed, like block times and block rewards and things like that, so I can use those numbers to figure out profitability. So I'm always doing a lot of research, trying to figure out what's what, because I've been saying this before ETH merge even went through. GPU mining is going to change. There's no magical number unless we really see Ergo hit, you know, $2,500, Flux hit $1,000 by the next bull run. We're going to be like this for a very long time. Maybe a couple cycles, which is, you know, 5-6 years. So it's going to be bouncing around all the time. And I was kind of like, it's not very nice. I wasn't really getting a chuckle, but I find it interesting. Like, I've been doing this for a long time, especially with my CPUs. You have to be very active to remain profitable. Yes, a coin is good for a while, but it won't last forever. So you got to be constantly moving. And I have been able to keep profitability up, but you got to be very, very active in order to do so. And a lot of you guys, you know, I get we don't have time to do this. It does take a lot of time. And that's why I do some of these videos. People say, oh, I just killed a coin or I did this. Well, if the coin is truly going to survive, putting a bunch of hash rate on it should be good for a coin in theory, because more people know about it. That means more people could potentially talk about it and things like that. So if a coin dies because it gets hash rate, the whole argument before ETH is hash rate brings value to a coin. I kind of argue that by saying it brings more sell power to a coin, which is true. Miners got to pay for their power. But if a coin cannot survive hash rate, it's probably a coin that shouldn't survive in the first place and probably won't survive. So it's probably not going to do anything. So, you know, these are just little things. You got to move around, do what you got to do your own research on things, and just kind of go from there. Now, one thing I do find interesting is what I was kind of leading to earlier is how, you know, a lot of GPU miners really hated on me saying how crappy CPUs are, or it's only profitable for 2 hours or something. Well, now they're in the exact same boat and they're really getting mad as soon as a profitability video or something comes out. So it's kind of interesting how I feel and I've been saying how this is going to happen, but times are changing and the way we mine crypto is changing as well. There's no more set it and forget it. Ethereum is gone, and we've got to be a lot more active now if you want to remain profitable, not just, think it's going to be better for you sometime. So it's not going to. You got to be active, guys. Things are changing. And this is what I'm trying to bring to you guys. More coins that potentially have value. These new coins, Radiant, for an example, they're promoting it as potentially a next best thing. Maybe it is. That'd be cool. It has not seen a bull run yet. So what could it hit next bull run? Could it explode, or is it going to die? We have no idea. Look into the coin and see if it's right for you. Writing Python, scraping, calculating, researching, you need a lot more equipment to make this worth it. But data is showing that if it keeps going like this, it can be. Yeah, for sure. Animal coins this week. Yeah, that's for sure. There's a lot of animal coins. What we got? We got Meow Coin, Frog Coin. There's another one out there. I don't even know what it is. CPU mining is great. Yeah, CPU mining is awesome. And that leads me to another point. There's a few coins on the CPUs in the next, if their value is really determined, they could blow GPUs out of the water. Now, I know we have Flux. It has a massive future for sure. Its ecosystem and everything. Ergo could have a huge future as well. But seriously, XMR is a massive CPU coin, and it's really motivated towards privacy. And the way the world and everything is moving, with more people wanting to remain more privacy, that could be a sleeper coin on its own. A lot of people really back the XMR network, and people are mining at a loss, and it could explode. If it does, that'd be amazing, and that's a CPU coin. We have Virus coin as well. It's been around for a very long time. No one really talks about it. Some people are slowly starting to see it and realize it. I have a mod and stuff. He's really into it. And Virus coin is actually made by an ex-big Intel guy, and there's a lot of brains and stuff behind it. And a lot of people believe that Virus coin could explode into a massive future coin, and it's a CPU mineable coin. We got Raptorium that's doing all sorts of crazy decentralization things. They are active. They haven't been in the news for a while, but they are doing things that other coins haven't done. Duro is also working on a very big decentralized platform. They discourage pool mining. That's why they swapped over to new algos, to get rid of the pools. And you have to run your own nodes. There are pools being made on it right now again, but they promote running your own nodes and mining to it. Adopt decentralization. That's the way in the platform they want to roll with. On top of that, they also are doing a privacy thing as well with many layers. They potentially think eventually it'll be better than XMR. So there's a few, at least 4 coins there that do have very big, massive potentials moving into the next couple cycles here. And it's going to be interesting to see their value when they go in there. Example on Duro. It did go through a previous, what is this? It did previously go through a bull run, and it reminds me a lot of like KDA. Right now it's only at like $3-4, and that's actually a decent price compared to how much a lot of the other coins has dropped. It hit around $25-26 in the last bull run. It's seen a nice jump. It's seen a lot of gains here, and it's almost like the CPU mining version of KDA in my mind in terms of Duro. It's a really wicked coin moving in the future. So I'm gonna find it interesting if any one of these 4 or 5 coins on CPUs really gets its value discovered and explodes. GPUs might not even be talked about anymore unless Flux hits those $900 and ergo $2,500 levels again. But it's very interesting moving in the future where a lot more people are utilizing CPUs, and the whole Bitcoin started on CPUs, and then it went to, GPUs, and then now it's all on ASICs depending on the algorithm. But a GPU, I like to throw this argument out because a lot of people just say GPU hash is way better. It's just a better miner for mining in general. And that's not entirely true. It only depends on the algorithm. RandomX used to be Monero, a GPU mineable coin. Or not RandomX, I mean Monero, XMR, used to be a GPU mineable coin. It forked to RandomX. GPUs can still mine it, but they're horrible at it. You're using too much power and you're hardly getting any hash rate. They're blown away by a CPU. So it only determines on the hash or the algorithm that a coin uses determines the hardware that is the best on it right now. Yeah, most of those coins out there are on GPUs, but there's more and more that are coming out for CPUs and getting back to the backbone of crypto in general, and that is decentralization. So it's very interesting how all this stuff is kind of going on about that. What do we got? Hugo down. Duro has the best of BTC, XMR, and ETH combined into one. Yeah, they're doing a lot of crazy stuff there. Like, it was very profitable for quite some time. The hash rate has picked up. The price is coming down, so that makes it less. But that doesn't mean, like, just because I'm not mining right now does not mean I don't think it's going to do huge in the future. I do plan on mining myself a lot more Duro moving forward, and I think it's going to be great, especially leading into the next bull run. We're probably going to hear a lot more about those coins I just mentioned, and no one else seems to talk about anything. Why? Because they're on CPUs. There's not many CPU miners out there, and the ones that are out there, they don't have YouTube channels or anything. It's always been growing on GPU, but there is a lot of potential and value in a lot of these CPU mineable coins that are overlooked. Anyway, so there we go. I just wanted to point that out too. And yeah, I like to diversify. I don't care what I mine with. I'm not a GPU mining channel. I'm a profitability channel. I mine whatever's profitable. If it's an ASIC, I'm not anti-ASIC. If I can find a decent priced ASIC that makes money, I will mine on an ASIC. I don't care about anti-ASIC resistant algorithms. I don't care if Ravencoin moves to ASIC and it's very profitable and more efficient. I will buy an ASIC and mine Ravencoin. Like, that's what I care about. I don't care about anti-ASIC this, that. When it comes to mining crypto, all I care about is crypto mining because I love mining crypto, and the more efficient, the better. That's just my whole stance on the whole operation. Some people obviously don't like that stance, but that's just where I am. I mine crypto. And if something gets a better way to go about it, then that's the way I'll roll. However you can drop your power price the most is the best. Now, the only issue with ASICs is then obviously mining farms. Mining farms, a lot of money, way cheaper power than everyone else. Hash rate goes up, and obviously profitability goes down. So that's another issue there that really kind of sucks. But who knows? What is minimum needed for Chia? What do you mean by minimum? I guess a 500 megabyte hard drive would be the minimum. As long as you get one plot in there, you're good to go. What's your opinion on mining coins before they are listed on any exchange? That's a very good question. And you know what? Let's kind of run through this right now. I am currently mining. Where is it? Let's bring up our plant for an example. Because this coin is not on an exchange yet. And I'll tell you why I'm actually mining it. Our plant. So I am currently now trying Baba coin. You can see right here, Baba coin. I'm at about 84,000 coins. I got 5,700 immature. And, you know, it's going here. So if we go to mining pool stats and look up Baba coin. Here it is. So it's only got 4.61 mega hash on the network. So I mine coins where the difficulty is fairly low and you're getting a decent amount of coins. Now, why am I mining Baba coin in this persistent? One, BBC. BBC is a ticker. I like BBC. They're a popular news channel. I'm just kidding. This has nothing to do with BBC, the news channel. But it's not on an exchange yet. It is a Ghost Rider thing. It's a fork of Ghost Rider. That means people will be activating nodes soon. Now, nodes already went active a couple days ago. So active nodes have happened, but there's still no exchange. Once the exchange unlists here, people are going to be wanting more and more nodes. As that happens, there'll be a lot of buy pressure. When there's a lot of buy pressure, there's potential to maybe make a few dollars here, just like what we've seen with JGC. The exact same thing, except it was already on an exchange. So we're leading into it. Still no exchange. It looks like there's 2 or 3 exchanges coming. And then we'll be able to, if you want, offload some coins here and sell at a potential decent profit. Other people who, you know, are into the coins, they want to get their nodes and they'll be buying up them coins. Now there's also Theta here, THEA. Theta is here as well. I mined a little bit of it, but as a spec coin, the hash rate is way too high. I just feel the hash rate is way too high. They're on a single exchange. Nodes are not yet activated on this. So once nodes are activated, then I might switch to this, but they're still building up. Babacoin is a couple days earlier, so they implemented nodes first. So I went onto that for one of two reasons, or a couple of reasons, because the hash rate is so low. I'm getting more coins per day over something like Theta for here. But I waited about a week before I tried any of these because, like I said yesterday, you don't know what's going on with these forks. People may be trying to hack people very easily. So I wait and see if there's any reports of anyone getting hacked, lost coins, things like that. A week has gone by. Now I'm kind of, I'm like, all right, so there's no reports. Nothing bad seems to be happening. I am now going to try some of these coins out. So between the two here, the Theta, I don't even know what this is. FITA, FITA, or the Ta. I don't even know what this is called. But it is on exchange. It is fairly profitable right now, but nodes aren't yet activated. Once nodes do activate it on this, it's going to happen at block height 5,000 something. They're probably getting fairly close to it now. Yeah, so they got another 300, 400, 500 blocks, so maybe a week or so. We will probably start seeing some price gains here as people buy into those nodes. But right now, Babacoin network hash rate is not listed. It's been over a week. Wallet seems fine. And there's no exchange yet. So I'm getting the lower network hash rate, more coins per day type of thing for a potential thing. Now I may be losing here. Remember, this is all spec mining right now. I'm just basing it off the network hash rate. I'm getting more coins on the other network than this network. And hopefully it works out in my favor. This one may be the better one to mine, or the other one maybe. I don't know. But right now, the way it sits, the hash rate's too high to be a spec coin. You're not getting as many coins per day as I am on the other coins. So that's kind of what I'm doing there. But as to answer that question, I am mining a coin that's currently not on an exchange, but due to the fact that I'm getting more coins due to network difficulty and hash rate, waiting for it to be listed, which I have been following. It will be listed soon. So maybe it will get, if it hits 1 cent, I'm already making, I think I'll make around, I'm trying to hit 100,000 coins for that for 1 cent price market on the pump from nodes, because that'll be about $1,000 right there from a couple days worth of mining. So that's kind of what I'm doing there. Theta has video streaming utility. Oh, that's interesting. So that's cool. It has utility. I didn't know that. I never really looked into the coin yet, but I do plan on moving maybe to Theta after Babycoin does get its exchange listings. I'm just trying to get a bunch of coins right now before the difficulty picks up, because we know what happens every time we see coins pump or something goes up, then obviously the difficulty goes up. When difficulty goes up, your coins mined per day drops. So I'm trying to get as many coins as I can right now before that difficulty goes up. And it's going to happen as soon as an exchange is listed there. It's going to happen. So right now it's prime there. Once I offload those coins, I'm going to move to like the Theta or maybe something else, and it's just a cycle. Keep rebuilding that. Now, my honest opinion, except for the Theta, the Ta, that is, I don't even know how you say it, but the Ta, like you said, has video streaming capabilities. That's very interesting point right there. That kind of reminds me, is that kind of like, so what, what's it called? Library is kind of doing? Is that what they're kind of, that's kind of their operation there. So maybe they're doing something like that, but for CPUs, that'd be insane. Thank you very much, Rondi, for becoming a Wolfpack member. Much appreciated, 100%. What's Rondi up to these days? But, yeah, and then I'm going to move to one of these other coins, and maybe the Ta will gain value moving into the future because it does sound like it's actually doing something. So that's actually cool. One thing to keep an eye out, I guess, would be the Ta. And that's obviously too because it is maintaining decent hash rate. So that's maybe because of there's a lot more believers in that coin. Are those coins CPU only? Ghost Rider, you can mine on GPUs with Wild Rig because a GPU miner was released, but they're not very good. Example, a 3060 Ti does maybe 1.2 kilohash or something at 120 watts, 110 watts or something. And a 3900X, 5900X averages about like I said, 34, a little over 3400 kilohash or 3,400 hashes, 3.4 kilohash at like 90 watts. So a CPU or over double the hash rate and way less power draw. So a GPU is not recommended unless you got like free power. Some people do fire their GPUs onto these Ghost Rider coins just hoping for some profit because when they do pump pretty good, but we'll see what happens. Can the Jazz Miner dual mine? Not that I'm aware of right now. I don't notice it switching on Zill. It's supposed to be able to mine Zill on its own, but I don't see it switching. I'm keeping an eye out. I'm trying to get a hold of Sunloon to see if they're going to release firmware for that. As of the latest Jazz Miner firmware, though, it does seem you can swap coins within the same algorithm without doing a reboot. So if I'm on FW, I can move to, FETF, or I can move to Zill, and it just rolls right over instantly. It doesn't redo its 34-minute process. But if you move to ETC, it's a different algorithm, ETC hash. It does do its reboot thing again. So I don't know. I don't know if it's actually able to do that yet. I think because that's ETH hash to ETC hash. So I think they're going to have to release some type of firmware update in order to do that still. Best mid-range CPU. Like, again, I think you're better off with either 3900, 3950, 5900, 5950X. Those are on the higher end of the Ryzens, yes. But with the release of the 7000 series coming out soon, and gamers and whoever's going to be upgrading, you're going to see a lot more 5000 series probably dropped or end up on the used market. So you're probably going to get one of them for the same price or cheaper than a mid-grade CPU like that 3700X or 5700X, which I feel would probably be the Ryzen 5s is that middle ground. The Ryzen 3s are the lower ground, but I really think you're going to find some of those Ryzen 9s in the price range of those Ryzen 5s. You need to do a Hadouken so I can clip it. Hadouken? What? Hadouken? I don't even know how that came out. Is that like what you meant? Oh, I don't know. Oh man. Hey, Rabid mining. Oh, I don't know if that came out right. Let me try it again. Let's see it. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Anyway, yeah, that's good enough, I guess. Sorry for being late, but my Wi-Fi router literally crashed. Oh, you're back to having internet issues. That's no good. Any advice on dual mining? Sorry if I missed anything. Dual mining what? It all depends what you're dual mining. Like, you talking like something with Caspa or something with a lithium, which I still haven't really looked into any of those yet. But yeah, I don't know. Street Fighter, not Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Street Fighter's, yeah, that's right. Hadouken. That's Street Fighter, Dalsum, all those guys. Street Fighter used to be one of my favorite games. I remember that. Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Do you guys remember that one where it's like super fast? It was insane. Times 10 speed. Oh, it was crazy. What'd you do? Did you just clip it and upload it already or something? Is dual mining on CPU possible? Yes, you can dual mine on a CPU, mine different coins, but you lose like 50% hash rate on each. So it's probably not recommended, but it is possible. And like, I even tried other things. You can still mine Bitcoin on a CPU. It's not very good. Yeah, I mined Ethereum on a CPU. I was getting about 1.4 or 1.6 kilohash. Yes, kilohash on Ethereum before the merge happened. I just wanted to try it out, see if it would work. And yes, you can literally mine anything with anything. It's just that depending on the algorithm, certain hardware does a lot better than something else. All comes down to the algorithm. Dual mining on a CPU sounds insane. Yeah. And oh yeah. So I was thinking this the other day. I can't remember. I wrote it out. I don't know if it was in Discord or a comment, but a lot of people wonder, about the L3 cache and all that. Rondi, thank you very much for the US $2. Which Epic CPU would you buy? I would buy the one that you buy me. I'm just kidding. Probably the 7742s. Those are the 64 core, 128 thread, 512 megabyte L3 cache CPUs. But yeah, the 7742s are some nice Epic CPUs for sure. I really wish I could get my hands on one. Yeah, best CPU ever. Well, actually, it's not. They're pretty old now, but they're still expensive. What were they going to talk about now? Yeah, anyway, talking about the L3 cache. And I think I found the easiest way to explain it to people, because most people coming from, trying to learn about this stuff now are GPU miners. So Explaining the L3 cache, you know, you can just say you need 2 megabytes of L3 cache to utilize Ghost Rider on your CPU. And that's why Intel fails. They lack the L3 cache. So a good way to put it is think about loading a DAG file. Now the L3 cache doesn't make your CPU magically mine faster. A lot of the 5800X3D guys, people are asking me about it, thinking that's, you know, it must do so much more better because it has so much more L3. That's not the case. All the L3 cache does do for a CPU is like loading the DAG size. So on a 4 gigabyte card, once ETH went to, you know, 4.1, 4.2, it was unable to load the DAG and, you know, until Zombie Miner, but, you know, cancel all that. It just can't load the DAG file, so it can no longer mine that coin or something. This is what the L3 cache does. It loads all the threads, utilizing as much L3 cache as it can. So for Ghost Rider, it's 2 megabytes per thread. So the 3950X, 3900X, they all got 64 gigabytes. Divide that by 2, you can utilize up to 32 threads on Ghost Rider algorithms, which is your Raptorium, Jagger coin, your the Ta, and you know all these other coins that are Ghost Rider out there. Haven, for an example, it uses 4 megabytes of L3 cache. So it's only using 16 threads on a 3900X all the way up to the 5950X. That means on the higher end 16 core CPUs, you're only using half of the CPU. That's not very good. And that's where the 5800X3D, it was able to utilize all 16 threads on that little CPU. But due to the lack of L2 cache is what I'm thinking, the 3900X and stuff still outperformed it per thread performance. So it was hashing better. 16 threads versus 16 threads. The 3900X and stuff was still getting more hashes compared to the 5800X3D. So I thought a nice way to explain this to people would be, think of L3 cache as loading a DAG size. You need an X amount to be able to utilize X amount of threads. So I figured that'd be an easier way to maybe point things out to people that don't really understand how that whole thing works. And why I say Intel, even their next gen CPUs, it looks like they're putting out some like 16 core. I think there was a 24 core. Maybe it was 24 threads, 16 core. I don't know. They're putting out some higher core CPUs now to match Ryzen, but they still did not put in any extra L3 cache to utilize all those threads. So there's still huge epic fails in terms of Intel for miners. Okay, what do we got here? Which miner should I use for Ghost Rider on Hive OS? Does T-Rex work? No, T-Rex is for NVIDIA GPUs. Now, any coin, this is how I look at it. Now, depending on the coin, now Ghost Rider XM Rig supports, but any coin that XM Rig supports, that's the miner I would use on it. XM Rig is probably the best miner you can have for a CPU if it can be utilized. Now, SRB miner does work for some. Actually, I don't think XM Rig works for various coins, so you need SRB miner there. But XM Rig is like the Team Red miner of AMD. It's like the T-Rex for NVIDIA. It is the pretty much go-to miner to use for your CPU. Now, not all coins, XM Rig doesn't support all the coins. So that's why I said if XM Rig does support an algorithm that you plan on CPU mining, I would use XM Rig. Cache for dummies. Thank you. XM Rig or CPU miner for XM Rig. Use XM Rig, CPU miner. Like I did the test. Like I know it's a while ago, and I went through some long, intensive tests utilizing when Raptorium first came out of XM Rig versus CPU miner. You know, the 4 hours tuning and all that, and testing 5 pools at the exact same time with the exact same rig, exact same overclocks. And the results were all the same, no matter what. XM Rig, you did get some rejected shares, but you did send more shares. As you send more shares, you also ended up with more coins every day utilizing XM Rig over the 4-hour tuning CPU miner opt. So, yeah. So XM Rig on Ghost Rider is the miner to use. Will the new Ryzen 7950X mine better than the 5000 series? See, that is still up in the air and to be determined. Now, a lot of people thought the 5000 series was going to be way better than the 3000 series. Depending on the coin, Ghost Rider, for example, the 3000 series still gets a little more hash per thread than the 5000 series. Now, the 5000 series on Duro does do a little bit better than the 3000 series. So it's really a tough one to decide. Overall, they're all pretty close to exactly the same. Now, as for the 7000 series, we are seeing more L2 cache, which means we could see slightly more hash rates in per thread, but we're also dealing with a higher base clock, which means more efficiency. We can utilize lower voltages at higher clock speeds, hopefully, and then we don't care about the boost clock. This is a gamer rendering type of operation. Ignore that. All we care really is about the base clock. I always say going above that base clock runs into inefficiencies. On a 3900X, for an example, XMR, combine about 12,600 hashes, no XMP profile, CL14 RAM, 8.9 latency on the RAM, and 1 volt 3.6 is about 109 watts, 12,600 hashes. Now, if we take those numbers and we go XMR, we can now overclock our XMP profile, our RAM, crank that up to its 3200 megahertz from the default 2344 or whatever it is. It's using more power that way. We crank it up using what's that program called? Ryzen Clock Tuner. So I believe we were using about 1.25 volts. It was like anywhere from 4.2 to 4.1 and like 3.95, depending on the best cores that it found. We're utilizing about 15,300 hashes. So we went up to 15,300 hashes from 12,600 hashes. But we went from 109 watts on the efficient setting upwards to 240 watts, gaining only 2,000 some hashes. You hardly any performance gain in terms of XMR, 12,000, only up 2,000 hashes, but you over doubled your power consumption. And this is where leading up, overclocking that RAM, leading into those boost clock ranges uses so much more power that it is not worth the extra coins. I never found that. So I always tune for efficiency, and bringing that down to boost base clock levels or lower and using around 1 volt or lower results in a higher hash to watt ratio. It's about hash to watt, not about your hash rate. You're going to be losing as miners, and depending on your power price. Again, someone with free power, they don't care about these factors, but anyone with 10 cents per kilowatt hour or higher, you do care about this. And it's about that hash to watt ratio. As a miner, our largest and biggest expense is our power price. So you want to get the most amount of hash rate you possibly can for the least amount of power used as possible. And that's where the hash to watt ratio is the most important number to think of, in my mind. Okay, anyway, hopefully that kind of answered that question there. Thoughts on the new Antminer KA3 and the future of KD mining? Well, quick sum. I did do a video on that, not right here. How will Gold Shell respond? But pretty much Gold Shell screwed. There's no other way about it. Gold Shell will go bankrupt unless they answer very soon, because I would not buy a Gold Shell miner. They're literally dead in the water right now until they come out with something better. Like let's look at this. If you haven't seen that video, check it out, but we'll do a rough number on this. Seriously, like this makes 0 sense. Let's just go to Cadena here. So here we are. We got the KD Max and the KA3. This is Gold Shell's best Gold Shell KDA miner right now. It is, what do we got here? So it does 40.2 terahash at 3,050 watts. It's making $9.50 a day. That's pretty good. That's not bad, right? 40.2 terahash, 3,350 watts. Look at this thing. 166 terahash, less power. 4 times the hash rate and less power than Gold Shell's best KDA miner. Gold Shell is dead. They don't stand a chance. I don't even care if this thing costs twice the price. This thing is worth twice the price. Now, I did do a workaround. I can't remember what the exact numbers are. Someone asked me and they said, it doesn't make sense. How can you have 7 times the profit, but 8 times? And this is a key example of why efficiency does matter. I have it written down here because I went into some high-tech thing. Some guy was calling me a liar when I did that video, and I did the numbers for him. So let me just find the look here. I have it written down. Where is it? Oh no, what did I do with it? Gold Shell KDA 1.4. Is that it? I can't find the numbers. Darn it. I can't find it. But how it works out to be is they both use, so KDA, so this miner is about 4 times more profitable before power. So before power, the whatever makes more and whatever makes more. I don't even know how to say this. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I need to find my sheet here. Oh, here it is. No. 0.2 per day, 0.2, 17, Walesburg. 0.2. Oh my gosh. Where's my sheet? Now it's going to bug me all day. It's going to bug me all day. Let's go into my profit calculator and look at it. ASICs. Let's go into my profit calculator and look, kind of see what's going on here. I need to find a better one. Is this one good? Still can't see it very well. Darn it. All right. So let's kind of do the numbers right now, I guess. So Cadena, Blake Shell, 182. Where is, we need Cadena prices and hash rates and all that crazy stuff. KDA. Let's look at KDA right now. Because Gold Shell is doomed, and we got to show you why. So 180.02 petahash. Where's my hash rate calculator? Ergo difficult. Oh yeah, let's check Ergo. Ergo. What? No, it's still okay. Ergo didn't adjust yet. Okay, where is this? Where's my hash rate calculator? I lost it. Hash power calculator. Here we go. Cadena, 180.02 petahash. Petahash. 180. So we're gonna go 180. Now these things mine in terahashes. So we're gonna copy this. We're gonna come into here, make sure we're up to date on our network hash rate. Bam, see what it looks like now. Okay, what's the Cadena price? Is about $1.42 USD. Down a little bit, not much. I haven't updated this for a while. And now we have our hash. So here's this monster right here. So let's just take a look. This thing's making $78. It's making $78 per day right now. But the thing we got to look at, we're looking at coins mined per day. I'm going to write this down as we do this. So the KD3 is at 55 coins per day. 55.24 per day. Now we're going to look at Gold Shell's little baby here. Little baby is what it is here. And it's doing 40.2 terahash. So we're going to go in 40.2 terahash here. 40.2 terahash. So this thing's doing 13 coins per day. So KD max. 13.37 coins per day. Now we need some prices on these coins. Let's just go to here. We're going to go KDA price. No, not that one. Not that one. Okay, KDA price. So we got 55.24. This is $78.44 a day right now. $78.44 per day. And then we got 13.27. That's $18.84 on the little Gold Shell baby. 18.84. So now, where's my phone for the calculator? So we have $78, 78.44. We're going to divide that by 18.84. So the KDA miner before power is making 4.16 more, which makes sense. It's about 4 times the hash rate, right? So it's making 4.16 times more profits before power. 4.16. So 4.16 before. Now we got to calculate the power price of these two. So if we come into here now, we're looking at 31.54. Now we're just going to go calculator. I can do this live for you guys so you guys can see what I'm doing. So we're going into the power price here. So 31.54. So we got 31.54 We're going to times that by 24. We're going to times that or divide that by 1,000 to get our kilowatt hours. Now we need a power price. Let's just go 12 cents power. So 0.12. So this thing is using $9.08 worth of power each day. $9.08. Now we need to figure out how much is this one making. So this is 33.50. So now we're going 33.50. 33.50 times 24 divided by 1,000 equals, now we're going to times that by 0.12 cents. This thing is using $9.64 in power. It's using more power than the other one. 9.64. Now we got to subtract. So the original one was making $78.44. Subtract its power, which is 9.08 per day. That is $69.36. 69.36. And now we got the KD Gold Shell's little baby here, only making $18.84. And then after power, it's using $9.64 here. It's making $9.20 after power. Now, this is where the number turns to times 7 or something. So now look at this. We got $69.36. What do we got? $69.30. $69.36 is what this thing is making after power. We're going to divide that by what this thing is making, $9.20. Now the gold shell, $9.20 after power. That works out to be 7.5 times after power in daily profits because of the efficiency of this. So yes, it is 4 times more profitable just looking at the terahash numbers. But once you take the efficiency into account, remove the how much it uses in power at the end of the day per day, it now works out to be 7.5 times more profitable than Gold Shell's best miner on the market. So hopefully that kind of made a little bit of sense to you. That's kind of what I rolled through there in the video and stuff. But yeah, I probably lost some of you guys. You guys didn't care at that point because I was all over the place. But that was my point there. Like, this thing literally destroys Gold Shell in every way, shape, or form. I don't know if they have something in the works they're about to release or announce, but they better do it very fast because they're going to lose all their business. I can honestly say, anyone that asks me if they're going to buy a KDA miner, I'll say, don't buy anything from Gold Shell, especially right now, unless it's free. Maybe they'll give it to you for free because they don't stand a chance against this monster that Bitmain is releasing right now. It's crazy. But yeah, that's just some of the things I do every day. I check out profitabilities and calculators and comparisons, and that was just a quick reference of one of the things I usually check out each day. But yeah, hopefully that kind of gives you guys a little idea there. So what are you guys talking about? Ergo is screwed. What happened? No more demos for you. What? No more demos? What do you mean? What'd I lose? I forgot. Oh yeah, they're not. I've never got anything from Gold Shell. I keep emailing and said, yeah, we'll talk to you. We'll get to you. We'll do whatever. And then they ignore me for months. It seems they always go on holidays too. But yeah, I have no problem saying Gold Shell is screwed right now unless, and it's not that they have to release. Now remember, they're going to release a miner probably soon, and it's going to have an X amount of hash or terahash on it for KDA. But how much power is it going to use? Who cares about the hash rate of a miner if it's not more efficient? That's the other thing, in which I just proven to you the efficiency does matter on all these miners, especially an ASIC miner. If Gold Shell comes out and says, oh, we're dropping a 146 terahash miner at 3,500 watts, people will be like, oh yeah, they beat them in terahash. But guys, that's not going to be more efficient. Bitmain's miner will still win in the end. It's more efficient. So it's interesting. A lot of people just care about mega hash numbers or terahash numbers or whatever, hash rate numbers. And hash rate numbers, you'll lose money. You'll probably buy stuff you shouldn't if that's all you look at. You really got to look at the hash to watt. That is the number that determines profitability at the end of the day. Now, the cheaper your power, obviously it doesn't affect you as much, but as a residential miner, it will affect you the most. Check Ergo stats page on 2 miners, not the graph. What? Ergo stats page on 2 miners? Ergo stats page on 2 miners. Okay, we can get rid of this, I guess. Ergo 2 miners. Ergo 2 miners. Why? What's going on? What's going on in Ergo? What's happening here? Ergo 2 miners pool. Best Ergo 2 miner pool. 9.8 terahash? The network hash rate. Is this what we're looking at? What are we looking at? 9.8 network hash rate, network difficulty. Oh no, that's on here. Never mind. That's not network. So 31.4, 21.1. What are we looking at? I'm confused. Just hit a new epoch, but we don't see difficulty. It just hit a new epoch and still nothing. Oh my gosh. How many more epochs are left? Like, remember, it takes 8 epochs, isn't it? It's an average over 8. And currently it's like 1,000 some blocks to hit that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You guys see now they are putting an EIP through to try and fix this, but I still think they're just trying to put a band-aid on what's already broken in my mind. I could be 100% wrong. Until they implement it and we see what it does, I think it's going to be even worse. It's going to be the same or maybe even worse than what we're currently seeing right now. Actually, I don't even know if anything get worse than what it is, but oh, it's crazy. Prices of Ethash algo miner prices are still up. Do you think the E9 will stay that expensive even if profitability stays low? It's hard to say. Very hard to say. So I do think prices will come down because I think the market is still going to come down. I really don't think we hit the bottom of the market yet. I believe that is still coming early at the end of the year, early next year. So December to January is probably a decent time to expect the bottom of the whole crypto market. Then we go sideways and up and down and all over the place into the next bull run over the next couple of years. This is how we see it play out. So as we lead into that downturn, obviously miners will get less profitable. People will start quitting. There'll be less interest. And at that point, once they see sale revenues and stuff start dropping, we will see decreased prices in the miners. But if it is still profitable, like think about it right now, they still have a great marketing campaign. GPUs are pretty much not profitable. Well, there's the odd coin. We have Radiant and stuff right now, right? But Ethash coins, which is what everyone wanted, and Flux and Ergo and these other go-tos, they're not profitable. But these ASICs are still profitable. So their PR team can jump all over it. Stay profitable. You know, we're still here. We're still that, yada, yada, yada. So until they actually become unprofitable or next to zero profits, maybe making 5 cents or something, then that's probably when we'll start to see everything drop. And that's not going to happen until we see the market probably dip even more. Now, if the market starts coming up, these miners are just going to go up. And we just looked at the KA3. I'm not sure what the price range is supposed to be. Do I still have it on here? No, I don't. I think it's like, what, 30,000 or something. But if that would have released in the bull market, I bet you easily that KA3 would probably have been about $120,000 at least for something that crazy in a bull market. And like, what would that make? Actually, that's a good point here. Let's look at that. $55.24. Let's go back and just go down. Here's another rabbit hole for you guys. Now, I know we're looking at fiat value, and this thing is actually amazing right now. So let's go 55.24. $78 a day. I know you're thinking $78 a day is insane for profits right now, but what if you're making that in the past bull run? And KDA, there's a lot of people building on it, a lot of talk about it, a lot more hype about it, and people are really jumping on board for KDA and thinking it's a nice blockchain ecosystem. So in the future, this could go even higher. So let's say we hit $24 at least, and you're probably going to hit 30, 35, maybe even $40 next bull run, potentially. Not financial advice. I don't know for sure. It might not do anything at this point. It might just be stuck where it's at. Who knows? But if it goes at least to $24, that's 55.24 times $24. This thing would be making $1,325, over $1,300 a day. That's an ROI of less than 2 months. If you hodl all that and you can afford your power, even if you pay your power, it'll probably just double that. Actually, not even, because it's so efficient. 3 months by paying its power off, this thing will ROI if you hodl your coins till 2025. 3 months, this $30,000 miner will be paid off. These are other factors to look at when buying miners. looking at miners right now and thinking, oh, well, it's only, well, this thing is actually extremely profitable right now. But you kind of see the point I'm getting here. You imagine hodling for the next 600 and some days? Like, what would that be? Let's just see. 1300, rough example, is 13 something times 365. Oh my gosh. 365 times 3. I guess we'll go, yeah, times 3. Guys, this one miner in 3 years makes $1.4 million. Remember, difficulty is going to go up and everything like that as this comes out. But if everything stayed as is right now, it's going to slowly drop profits over time. We know this as difficulty goes up. But if it hits $24 and you just pay your power and stuff, you're making over $1 million in 3 years. I feel like a salesman. I'm not trying to sell. I don't have any links. I don't have anything, but I'm just trying to point out the insanity of how good this miner is compared to anything Gold Shell has. Gold Shell will go bankrupt unless they answer with an extremely good miner at this point. So they're probably on their PR team is definitely trying to cook something up. I think they're probably going to hire NiceHash to help them out with this because, you know, we know NiceHash has a good PR team. They need all the help they can get. But anyway, 16.61 difficulty went down to 16 now. Let's have a look. That's still not very good though. 16 ergo difficulty, refresh. Why? How come this didn't update yet? Update. You know, let's try. Where's mining pool stats? Ergo. Where are you, ergo? Where are you guys seeing this updated difficulty? Because nothing is showing it yet. We're still in the 20s. Oh, what's this? Oh, maybe. What is this? I see it now. For 1 second, 1120 is at 16.6, and now it's back up to 21.5. An hour later. What? Is there a glitch in the matrix? What is going on here? Here's your difficulty. It lasted that long. What? Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say. Getting more shares now. What? I don't know. This might be a glitch. Let's hit the refresh. See what happens here. Let's hit refresh. Now it's not even there. What? Day. Oh, we have to go to day. What is happening? Ergo. Fix your Ergo is a rubber band. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, you know what? I don't know if I don't have that tweet anymore. Darn it. I wish I had that tweet because I want to figure out. So a little background on Ergo from how I understand it. So currently it's about a little over 1,000 blocks per epoch. Average hash rate over 8 epochs equals the difficulty or something like that. That's when it adjusts and decides. So they're trying to change it down to 128 blocks, which is a big drop down, but it's still going to average over 8 epochs. With that being said, it's also cannot adjust more than 50% at a time. So if you get a 400 terahash spike, it's not going to jump to 400 terahash over those 8 epochs. It's going to jump up 50%. So instead of getting like a 400 terahash, it's going to get a 200 terahash. And then I guess it's going to get 50% of that again. So then a 300 terahash and then adjust that. So it's going to take 4 adjustments to get up to that 400 terahash. Now, obviously, once the difficulty gets there, it'll become unprofitable depending on price. The hash rate is going to take off again. We know this is going to happen. It's going to drop back down to 20. But now, instead of adjusting fast on the way down, it's only going to adjust in those 50% increments. So now we're stuck at high hash rate. And instead of going from 400 terahash down to like 20 terahash, it's going to go to like just same thing, 250 terahash, 50% or something. Then it's going to go down to 100 and down to this. So everybody still on the network is still screwed. And I don't know why. Like, maybe I'm looking at this wrong, but they seem like it's a good idea. And maybe it is going to work out better. It is supposed to be faster. But in theory, like seriously, look at this. So right here, see this right here? How long did this take to get here? This is when the merge happened right in this area here. And within 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 hours. So like a day. So in one day, you mined, before this adjusted, you mined the same amount as what these last people here that have been on the network. One day, you mined the same amount of coins per se than a 1 week's of everyone else that stayed on the network. And it's not going to fix anything. If the same thing keeps happening, that means 6 to 10 hours for every X amount of days is going to be more profitable than mining for the previous 4 if you stay on the network. People are going to be hopping like crazy. This whole thing is supposed to prevent pool hoppers. Well, maybe the pools can do this for you. Wasn't that the whole point of PPLNS versus PPS? Was to prevent pool hoppers to the pools. Like we're talking about coin hoppers and stuff here. Actually, yeah, they're not doing pool hoppers, they're talking about coin hoppers. But we're in a GPU mining era, unlike post Ethereum. People are going to be bouncing everywhere to try and keep their profitabilities up. And now you got something like this that makes Ergo profitable 1 day a week, 1 day every 2 weeks. Maybe with their change here, with 128 blocks per epoch, it might be every 3 days. Regardless, that means twice a week, people will be bouncing onto Ergo, and it's not going to prevent anything if it actually becomes profitable while it's in the downturn, and then everyone's just going to ditch again once it spikes. So I don't see anything being fixed with their new EIP. That's my 2 cents. We'll wait to see until it comes out and see if it actually does work, but I just don't know if it will at this point. I don't know. I don't know what to say. And I said everything I just told you, I said the exact same words pretty much in their tweet. I said the same thing. I thought, stop comparing yourselves to Bitcoin. You're a GPU mining algorithm. You're a proof of work algorithm. We need faster adjusting difficulty, or people will just ditch it, and then we're not going to come back and help. Like, your difficulty stuck at the top, whatever, forget about it. I don't care. Ergo's going to die. Fix it or it's going to die. That's the bottom line. This is where we need coins to really do what they got to do. Now, what happens? This whole argument we followed with Ethereum, if you guys remember, right? If we look back, we're saying Ethereum, what if something happens? Well, you have all the dApps, you have the transactions, you have everything slowing down if you have major issues moving to proof of stake. Well, now we have block times that are taking 20 minutes, half an hour. People are not getting transactions through for at least a half an hour, depending on their confirmations. Well, actually, what is it? Like 60 confirmations? That's 60 blocks. That means if you sent a transaction last week at merge time, it probably didn't even go through yet. In theory, actually, no, it would have, because it's 1,000 blocks. Yeah, whatever. You know where I'm getting at with this. It's going to take 2 days to send something to somebody. Their network is slowed right down because no one's finding blocks. They're hurting themselves. It's crazy. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's move on, guys. What do you guys want to talk about? You guys have another question? They have to treat the EIP 37 fork as an emergency. Not even that. I don't even think EIP 37 is going to fix it. That's what I'm trying to say. They speed up the epochs by dropping the blocks between epochs, yes, but they also added the 50%. It cannot move more than 50% at a time. We're going to be in the same boat. It's just going to be a faster same boat. Instead of 1 week, it's going to be a couple days as this difficulty spikes. I think it's going to be the exact same thing. It's not a fix. It's not even a temporary band-aid. I still think it's going to be broken. But again, I don't know. We're going to have to wait for them to implement this and see how it actually works. But I still don't think it's a fix. They just need to revamp probably how it all works. Anyway, that's that. We'll see what happens. That's all we can do, really, right? Is wait. We just got to wait and see how it goes through. There's been a few blocks that were close to an hour. Wow, really? There's a few blocks that were an hour. That's crazy thinking about it. That's crazy. You're turning your farm on now. Yes, that's correct. Either you start mining. I don't know what UTXO is. Rabid, did you try solo mining after the merge? Solo mining what? No, I didn't. You'd have to. I didn't know I didn't, because you have to run your own node and all that stuff. So negative. I have not. I just shut off, and like Hive OS and everything was down. We were still live streaming. I was trying to shut my rigs down. As we know, everyone was going into Hive OS. It was flooded with network and everything, and super slow. So I just went in there, unplugged everything, went to bed, left the CPUs on. That's what I did. I just hot swapped. Like, everything was running full bore. It's probably not the safest or smartest thing to do, so you guys don't do that. But I literally went to my octo miners while they were mining. Well, actually, they weren't mining because they couldn't connect to the pools anymore. So I guess technically they were sitting idle. But I just went there, pulled the plugs, went to bed. That's and then the next day I, got rid of the flight sheets and everything. Everything forked from Bitcoin is UTXO coin. Okay, yeah. Well, everything's pretty much forked from forked. It's very rare you see a built from ground scratch coin these days. There are a few though. Don't get me wrong there, but usually if you see a new coin popping up, it's a fork. That's wild. Yeah, it was pretty wild. But I was tired. It was late. Like, oh my gosh, it was. I don't even know what time. I don't even know when I finished stream. It was 1 or 2 in the morning, very very late. And I was just like, okay, I'm not waiting for HyperWest and all these users because it's probably gonna be down for another 6 hours. So, see you later. Plug gone. Bedtime. Are any new projects exciting for you? Neoxa, Alpha, Caspa, Radiant, or Space Mesh? Whenever they drop. Never heard of Space Mesh, so that's interesting. I've been trying to contact Render Token, Render Coin. You guys recognize them or remember them, but I haven't heard back from them yet. They still have allegedly a queue list or something, so we'll see what happens there. No Pulsar talk today, I don't think. I don't know. I haven't heard anything new on that unless there was something new. Neoxa, it has potential. I just hope it doesn't get... I don't want to put too much into it. It's still young. It has low hash rate. It has big potential to do things, but if it gets attacked a couple more times, it could be dead. So I don't want to go too hard on that, especially being on Kapow. I stay away from Kapow as much as I possibly can. I don't play any of the games they support. So that's another thing I got going. I don't care about those. They might implement stuff into Arc I was telling them about. So that might be cool. Once they do, I might be into it a little more. But currently, Minecraft, no thanks. I don't play GTA, no thanks. You know, things like that. So far, I'm not into them too much. And as for the other coins, like I said, I haven't tried Caspa too much. Son of a Tech really believes in Caspa, so I got to look into it. I do. There's probably a lot of potential there. A lot of people are talking about Caspa. It's fairly new and doing some things. So that's cool. Efficient as well. Heavy hash. Did you cover RXD? Not fully, but I did a how to mine this morning. Right. So here, right there. Turning on GPUs, Radiant, how to mine. So yeah, I dropped that this morning. Not into rocking the Caspa. I know it. I need to look into it. Caspa, yeah. GTA 5. Yeah, I haven't played any GTs ever since like the first one. You should point people to other pools. Yeah, decentralization is definitely a thing, but you know, no one listens to that. They always look and see what the top pool is, and it's whatever. You know, you can't stop people from doing things no matter what. I tried it way in the past before with Raptorium and things. I've even proven that mining on other pools other than the top pool, I tried 3 or 4 tests, especially with Raptorium, with Flock Pool and everything. And every single time, it was never the top pool. I even did the calculations on hash rate to blocks found and stuff. And middle ground pools and stuff are always higher and you get more profitability on them. But no matter how many different angles I tried to do this, I just give up. You know what? Whatever. You guys do what you want to do. I'll just show you how to mine something. You can take the initiative to decentralize yourself because nobody does it anymore. They don't. Seems like no one cares. So I don't know. There we go. And eventually some of these coins will probably die because of it. And you have no one left to blame except for yourself at the end of the day because you decided to centralize yourself on maybe a pool that decided to go rogue later on. We don't know. RXD pool works fine. RXD pool is working good. Yeah, is that like an official pool for them? Yeah, I know everyone is on our plant right now. Let's have a look. Where are you? What to mine? Ryzen, MSI. Oh man, I got rid of it. Where's mining pool stats? Oh, right here. RXD. RX pool. Okay, right here. Yeah. So yeah, is that the official pool? United States RX pool. It's going good again. 5.9 terahash. But yeah, if anyone's watching this later, you want to mine yourself some Radiant, it is highly recommended to use a different pool. Don't go to this guy like 69.3. The top pool should be around 40%. And you know, to some people that might be getting too close to 51. So keep that in mind. Try to keep these pools around 40% or less. Decentralize it out. Like you look at some of the big coins. What's XMR at right now? Are they over 50 on it? 31. So look at this. We got a 31. We got a 29. Like hash rate spread. This is what people do. What do we got for what's another coin we can check out? Another big Bitcoin is probably a good example of this for sure. Bitboy crypto. Why does that pop up? What? Bitcoin. Look at that. The top pool is only 23%, guys. Like decentralization of pools. There's so much hash rate and everything out here. And look at, they're doing it just fine. Why can't we do it? Like, oh, it's crazy. 2.38 EH. That is an insane amount of hash rates. Wow. 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 Hey, Yeti, what's going on? What's happening over there? Flux is spread out decently. Let's check out Flux. What's Flux looking like? Flux is... Oh, yeah, 32, 30, 19. Yeah, this is a nice spread as well. Yeah, definitely a good spread going on in Flux. Good things. Sweet. Yeah, see, so like, yeah, a lot of these big projects, they do have a decentralized hash rate. No pool is too massive or anything, but with all these smaller coins, like, you know, 80%, 60%, those, that's not good looking at, especially as an investor standpoint, but who knows? Do we have any questions, guys? You guys have any questions? We have 138 viewers, 105 likes. Be sure to hit that like button, thumbs up, smash it harder, hit it again. Well, 3 times. Not even. Even numbers are bad because then it's like you didn't do it. But I am 12. How to mine Radiant coin. I released that video this morning, so it should be on my channel. Check it out. When do we get the parallel as a payout on the new flex pool? When do you get the parallel as the payout? What is the newest parallel? Is that Ergo? No, is that Neoxa? Is that the one we're referring to? Is Neoxa the latest one? Am I still on Duro? Hash rate has gone down. No, I am not on Duro currently. Let's kind of have a look at that. Let's take a look at Duro. Duro stats. What's Duro stats looking like today? 106 mega hash is still fairly high. I believe my magic number, 98. I think you need to be about 60 mega hash to be 60 to 70 is my magic number to go back. Actually, it might be lower now because the price is down. But we'll see what happens. Let's just jump. You know what? Let's have a look. That button. Not a few days and hop off. He sounds like me. This new, the new kind coin must have low power consumption. This is exactly the opposite of Kapow. Yeah, opposite of Kapow. I don't like Kapow at all. My helium, that's a good question. Let's find out. I'm going to open it up right now and see how is my helium doing. Because I don't know. I haven't checked it for a couple days now. Open. Oh, one of my miners is offline. I think helium might be doing bad. Last reward was 3 days ago. Hey, they changed something in here. Interesting. 0.05 helium, 32 cents 3 days ago. And then that's a whole bunch of updates of zero. So it's like they're updating every couple hours now. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 0. But then before that, like I got, what do I got here? I got 0.04, 0.049, 0.049, 0.05, 0.09. Yeah, the last 3 days look like they haven't been good, but before that, I've been getting quite a bit. Reboot your miner. Usually with helium, I just leave it. It'll turn back on. It's just because it hasn't found rewards, I guess, for 3 days. And then it'll just start finding them again. I just leave it alone. It does its thing. HiveOS has been pumping out a lot of updates lately. Yes, they have actually. Yeah, we did do that profit switcher how-to not too long ago. Is that on here? Right, yeah. HiveOS profit switching setup guide. There's also some new ones. I believe Crypto Donkey Miner released some profit switcher too, allegedly. So there's a bunch coming out now. Right now, you know, you profit switch to more like, they're more like negative switchers because nothing in terms of what to mine, and the most coins that everyone's talking about, they're not the coins that are profitable right now. It's all we're siphoning everything out of all the crappiest new fork coins we can because there's no hash rate and they're worth pumping sometimes, and we siphon all that money out and then we just either pay for power or put it into something else. Which is better, XM rig or new or wild rig multi? What are you referring to? For CPU mining, XM rig. Wild rig is for GPUs on certain of some of those coins, like Curve Hash and Pulsar, for example, and Ghost Rider. Can you update the Rock PI miner to Nebra 5G? I have no idea. I don't know, actually. I know there is that push for the new 5G stuff, and they're acting as IoT hotspots or something now. And they're, what is it? There's a partnership, but is it Verizon or I don't know. I don't know the full details. Like I have heard on it, but are they actually implementing cell phone service throughout the 5G ones now? If that's a thing, that could actually go big, because then you could say, no, wait, they're partnering with Verizon stuff. So they're still partnering with the large telecoms, which is bad, because the whole purpose of this decentralization thing is to get away from those expensive prices that those guys charge. Because, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that that thing yet. I want to test mining a CPU coin using a GPU. Okay, yeah, you'd use wild rig for that. And it depends if they support it. But Curve Hash, for example, that's Pulsar. It's dominated by GPUs now, thanks to wild rig. Ghost Rider algorithm, that's what you would utilize for that to get your GPUs running on it. So yeah, wild rig, fully electric. All right, so we're gonna give it a couple seconds here if there's any last minute questions, and then I guess we will wrap this one up because it's been a little while and my throat is dying on me. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's it. I appreciate everyone for showing up for this live stream. We'll be alive again. I don't know, maybe we'll go live random times during the week. We'll see what happens if you guys want that or not, but I'll see you all in the next one. Rabid out.